Backstage, the show where we sit down with local artists and international artists and find out what's going on in their lives and in their careers. On Channel 82, where Bermuda shines through.
Hello, and welcome to Backstage. I'm your host, Mr. Magic. Backstage is filmed here live at the Spinning Wheel Complex, so if you're looking for a great time, go to the Spinning Wheel. They have fun for each and every one. When you listen to reggae music, the first thing you identify is the rhythm and the beat. Then when you hear the artist sing, you can immediately know who that artist is by the sound of their voice. People like Shaggy, Buju Banton have a very unique style in their singing. Well, my guest today has that very same unique style of singing. I want you welcome to Backstage, Rasta Rebel. How you doing, sir?
Blessed love, Mr. Magic. You don't know, give thanks and praise to the Most High, King Celestia, the Most High, and big up Spinning Wheel Complex. You don't know how place that. So,
well, again, yeah, thanks for being here. Truly appreciate it. So let's talk about your music. Like I said in the opening, you have a very unique sound. Yeah. Now, initially, when you first came out, people were hearing you, and they were saying, "Oh, that's a Buju sound. That's a Shaggy sound. It's a gruff sound. It wasn't a smooth melody." But then you made a transition and bringing out sweet-sounding music. Yeah. Tell me, what was that like for you starting off and going forward?
Well, you don't know, it started off rough. It was rough for me. And then as I grew and stuck to it, like I still stick to it and get to learn and listen to other artists, as the names you call Buju, Shaggy, Sizzler, Jacure. And I just adapted and listened and took it upon myself and created my own unique style. You know what I mean? Of melodies and tone, pitch, range, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still developing.
Well, okay, but in your developing stages, I mean, it wasn't always reggae with you, was it?
Well, it was dancehall, culture, reggae.
Well, you know, because people identify when they say, like you just said, dancehall, culture, reggae, they separate, even though it's all the universal music of reggae, you know, you have dancehall. You say dancehall, first person people think about Beanie Man, you know, right off the top, you know, they know that, you know, and then when they talk cultural music, you know, you're thinking people, you know, like the smoothness of Barris Hammond, you know, and things like that. And then when they say reggae, oh, Peter Tosh, Bob Marley, you know, everybody's identifiable within those categories. So when did it start for you? How old were you, and when did you really know you wanted to do this?
Well, I knew this from a tender young age, you know, but I was just shy about it, and I didn't want to come out of the box as nothing happened for its time. So I was just building up, and a few years, about what, 5, 7 years now, I just started, you know, to love it and get in the studio. Big up Sammy Dre, that was my first song up African Pride Studios, and he gave me the encouragement because I was freestyling outside of the booth.
Okay.
And he said, "Look, let's get in there, man. Any differences, yo, let's get in there." I said, "Look, I ain't ready." He said, "Get in there, man." So I went in there and made Children of the Future, one of my first songs. Of course, I was off key and all that. Because I was just, you know,
and you were nervous, obviously.
Yeah, I was, you know, tense. And then, you know, it started from there and I just got the love of it. And I kept getting studio, which I still do now, and still listening to other artists around the world, pop, rap, reggae, dance, everybody love music. So it's just created from that, you know what I mean? And music is the universal language. Yeah. You know, it's like the heartbeat, so I just stick to it, I love it. Got so many songs under my belt, still working on more. You know what I mean? Got like 4 at a time I'm working on sometimes.
Right.
So it takes a lot of late nights, you know what I mean? And days when I'm free, I jump into it. Of course, I got other responsibilities, my daughter, you know what I mean? So family, you know what I mean? Work, so any free time I get,
you're in the studio doing what you got to do.
You know what I mean? Praising the Most High, same time, you know what I mean?
So when you were growing up in your household, like most young people here in the island of Bermuda, you know, even in my family growing up, you know, we were brought up in the church, and you knew what day of the week it was by the type of music that was being played within the household, because you knew Sundays, it was gospel music, 100%. Was it like that growing up in your household as well?
My people 7-day Adventists, you know.
Okay.
So they never really listened to the music I was into. So I used to go at my cousin's house and listen to music.
You didn't rebel against them. That's not where the name rebel comes from, right? No. Okay.
I'm a rebel from birth, you know what I mean? But I rebel in a way. Okay. Because I have my own thing going on I want to deal with, you know what I mean?
Understood.
I like to do what I want to do. And of course I'm paid the consequences sometimes, but I'm learning from that.
Learn from your mistakes, okay.
So you know, so you coming up, I used to love listening to Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, you know what I mean? King Jamis, Saxon Studio, a lot of artists, Major Horace, Papa Toyan, Yellow Man, Beanie Man, as you say, you know what I mean? So Sanchez, all of them inspired me and I loved it, you know, and I just took it on, as I said, a few years back, and I'm just steady doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So we've been hearing your music here in the island of Bermuda, and again, like I said earlier, you made that transition from that rough and gruff, you know, like dancehall format to something even more sweeter. Like you did a duet with Tasha.
Yeah.
Candlelight.
Candlelight was a big song. I called her in and gave her the medalist and all that on her film, recorded it for her. Just started off like that. We was linking her, to, you know, in there. Then we said, all right, because I wrote the chorus and all that for her, and the melodies I gave her for Candlelight. And we linked up, went up Sammy Dre at Studio African Pride, put it together, you know what I mean? So I had to go back a few times because I wanted to do an intro, and then I wanted to put some melodies on the chorus. So we went back and done that, sealed it off, got it mixed and mastered up, and then, of course, I called Near Future Records, Donald Robinson, Detrimental, to do the video for me.
Yeah. And
Tasha was shy about the video, you know what I mean? So I called in a girl from Nassau, so a singer and a model, to fill the role, lip sync. So the girl that's really in Candlelight, she's not the original singer.
She's not, okay.
Yeah, because Tasha, big up Tasha, she was a little shy. And I said, the day must go on. So I told her about it and she said, yeah, no problem. You know what I mean? I don't want to go around her. So I approached her, asked her a couple of times, she said, go ahead. So I, you know, got the lady coming in.
Okay, well, that's actually good to know because I've seen the video, and I was telling people and saying, "Oh yeah, that's Tasha right there." But now I know differently. That is actually not Tasha. That was someone else, a stunt double, if you want to say, was standing in for that. And okay, so you've made a few more videos since then, and we're actually going to be talking about one a little bit later on in the show. But before we get into that, we're going to go to break, and when we come back, we want to talk to you about the influence that you've had from other artists, and who do you influence now? Is there someone coming up behind you that you're sort of grooming along to help them get through? So we'll be right back after this. We're talking with Rasta Rebel, one of the premier reggae artists here in the island of Bermuda. And again, we'll be back right after this.